Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the POC Ventral Air SPIN NFC cycling helmet. Modern cycling helmets have not only become safer during an accident, but even after an accident. And what we have today, here is a very good example of that. This is the POC Ventral Air SPIN NFC. And this takes the POC Ventral Air SPIN and combines an NFC chip inside it where you can store your medical information in the case of an accident. It's a really cool passive device that doesn't rely on any batteries or cell phone connection to operate. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. As with a lot of POC items, really cleanly done. You have white cardboard, you have the information here, it's a medium size, and you have POC with the reflective logo on here. Otherwise, they're really simple. I'll go ahead and take it out of the box and we'll go over the specs. Retail price on this is $275. That's only $25 more than the Ventral Air SPIN. And the part of the spin is their shearing inside pad design. This is a replacement for MIPS that absorbs some of the rotation in an accident. It's highly ventilated as it has the same ventilation design as the Ventral Air SPIN. CFD optimized airflow, so the vents are designed to funnel air through without creating a lot of aerodynamic drag. And as we mentioned, this has the NFC chip embedded inside the helmet itself. You also get the 360-degree adjustment system, which is this nice wraparound dial to really dial in the fit. So one of the most comfortable helmets we've actually ridden with as well. Now this is only available in one color scheme, which we have here. It's uranium black with hydrogen white as the accent color. So it definitely pops in person and on camera. Inside the box, you get the helmet, some tags on here about the helmet and how to operate the NFC chip, as well as a fabric bag that's POC branded to store the helmet. So a nice feature, a nice way to prevent your helmet from getting dirty when you're storing it. So now let's take a look at the weight of the Ventral Air SPIN NFC. This is the medium size variation. I put that on the scale. That comes in at 272 grams, so quite light. Now let's take a look at the twICEme application. What's nice about this application is that you don't need any Facebook logins or registering. You just launch it and it's available both on Android and iPhone. The application is pretty simple. You simply create a profile. And with this design, it's really easy to put everything in place, whether you're an organ donor, all your identification information. So I'll put a little bit in here. Put the sweet cyclist. You can put all relevant information in here. So nationality, native language, everything that you might need in the case of emergency, as well as contact information for your emergency contacts. And the nice thing about the twICEme application is that it's really organized well and easy to use. So we'll go ahead and save that. And now to upload it to the POC helmet, really simple. We click upload, put it near the symbol, and then profile saved, and that's it. You can also clear it or manage multiple profiles if you have the multiple people using the same helmet. Now you don't have to use the twICEme application. We also have NFC tools. This will also read it, so I'll show you that. Again, you place it close, and you see the downside of not using twICEme is that all information is just a giant text field. It's not formatted the same way. So that's one big downside. An emergency responder might not have the same application, but they can read the information. It's just going to be harder for them to process it. Now let's go over the fit and finish of the POC Ventral Air SPIN NFC helmet. Now, as with all of POC products, they really share a distinct and modern design language. You can see here the single color, this uranium black and hydrogen white. It's really good looking color, high contrast, and you rarely see a white foam helmet, so it really stands out in the marketplace. Now this shares the same sleek aero profile as the Ventral SPIN, but they've taken the Ventral SPIN and added a bunch of vents, which makes it the Ventral Air. And then with this helmet, they simply added the NFC, which makes this the Ventral Air SPIN NFC. So definitely a big product name, but a lot of nice features here. Now with this helmet, with the black and white scheme, they've blacked out the strap, so that all matches, and a blacked out rear retention system. The rear vent design is a white surround, which really blends in with the white foam. It's a very distinct looking helmet. Now if we go to the front of the helmet, because this shares the same profile as the Ventral SPIN, it's a lot more narrow, so lower profile, sleeker design, less bulky than some of older helmets like the Octal. Now you can see full vents here. You can see all the way front and back, right through the helmet. Funnels air through internal air channels, all the way to the back and out. A really nice sculpting, so it's a very clean design, and one of their most ventilated helmets they currently offer. It also has the sunglass garage, which is simply this little grippy pads here. So you can see they're actually color matched to the white of the foam. If I take my POC sunglasses here, this lets you, provides a little convenient storage here. So you can see if I throw my helmet, the glasses through here, they'll actually sit against this and prevent it from bouncing around. And also the way it's designed is they actually sit flush here, so it shouldn't be too painful when you're actually riding with it. You won't have the temples into your head. It's a very clean design. Minimal branding again, POC on the front, POC on the side, and then again on the rear. So you won't look like you're a Tour de France rider. Now the side has the aerodynamic profile from the Ventral SPIN, so very aerodynamic, almost flat on the top, and this blunt trailing edge with nice sculpting on the sides. Very smoothed out. You can see it's a two-part shell with the seam kind of hidden here, but it looks really nicely finished. You can see how the shell actually extends all the way inside. Gives it a very premium look, which matches the premium price. The NFC chip is located on the left side of the helmet, and it's indicated with the twICEme graphic here. So you simply bring your phone up to here in close proximity to read it. Otherwise, the same as the Ventral Air SPIN helmet. Now the rear, you have very thick foam, so you can see it's a couple inches thick, so really designed to protect your head in the case of an impact. Very aggressive venting design, so very open with the cage kind of sticking out of the bottom. I really like the surround here too. I wish it was reflective, but with the matching white color of the foam, it really blends in, provides a nice contrast. Now on the inside, this is probably one of the best features of POC helmets. By not using a MIPS liner, it's very open and minimal. So you can see the air channels all the way through. A very nice and airy helmet. Now the spin pads themselves, they're simply gel-filled pads that replace the normal foam pads. And they provide a little shearing. So in the case of an accident, you'll slide out. They're simply Velcro attachments, so you can take these out and wash them. And otherwise, really simple. I like the straps. They're very lightweight nylon. And they're curved to match to your head. So you can see here the side straps that connect the two individual straps into one. Really nice designed, and then soft on the inside too. You don't get a magnetic buckle, but you get a standard plastic buckle that's also curved. You can see that. It's actually curved inward, and again, it really sits flush against your head without any pressure points. As you would expect, the cradle is adjustable back and forth, and you have a dual dial on the back that makes it really easy to get the fit really dialed in. So now let's do a little comparison between the POC Ventral Air SPIN NFC and other helmets on the market. Now here at the Sweet Cyclist, we've actually done quite a few helmet reviews this year, so we can actually show you quite a few comparisons as well as the full development of the POC helmet itself by showing you the full lineup. So we have the Octal. This is one of their first road cycling helmets, and really has the distinctive design language we expect from POC with these long, elongated air vents and nice sculpting, as well as the bright colors that really become popular for. Now, one reason POC's helmets are typically thought of as more mushroomy or bulky is you can see how wide this is, and then the profile of the Octal is very bulky, so it sits higher in your head and is quite thick due to the thick foam design. Now, to address some of the concerns from the Octal, they introduced the Ventral SPIN. So this is their aero helmet. You can see it's actually more narrow than the Octal. Flatter top design, so more aggressive, and a more lower profile design. This was designed to share the same design language as the Octal, but designed from the ground up to be aerodynamic. Then they introduced the Ventral Air SPIN and the Ventral Air SPIN NFC, which we have here today. So you can see both helmets share the same outer profiles, while the Ventral Air SPIN, as the name implies, allows more airflow. So you can see where this sculpting ends, this one continues up with an additional vent, more side vents, more vents along the top, and larger vents on the front that extend further through. So definitely nice to see them side by side. If you're looking for a aero helmet, the Ventral Air SPIN is a great Ventral SPIN is a great option, while a more ventilated option that doesn't have high drag either, the Ventral Air SPIN is a good option. And with the NFC with this, you get the extra safety for an additional $25, which I feel is like a no-brainer. So if you're looking for the Ventral Air SPIN already, the NFC is a nice little upgrade that doesn't cost very much. Now to compare the helmet to others on the market, aside from POC, we can look at a Bontrager wave cell. This made a big splash when it was introduced, as it has a lot of safety claims with the this three-dimensional structure on the inside. So it replaces a MIPS liner with our own three-dimensional wave cell design. So you can see this is the Specter version. Profiles are quite similar, so everything more modern premium helmets have this more aggressive design. Full wraparound shell for that premium look. But of course the POC is a little more distinctive with the matte colors and the accents. So you can definitely mix and match the POC. And then more aggressive rear ends as well. We've also recently looked at the Bole Furo MIPS. This is a convertible aero helmet, so you can essentially pop out these vents and then turn it into a more ventilated helmet. Now you can see they share a similar aerodynamic side profile. The Furo MIPS, as you can tell, it's a much lower profile helmet, flatter. It's almost exactly flat on top, which is really impressive with a little air scoop on top. But again, the POC is a little more distinctive design with the contrasting colors. And then if you really want to get wild, you can get the Smith Get Wild Trace helmet. This is really nice, especially in this color scheme. It really stands out. And you can see they have their own corrode technology, which is this honeycomb structure, as well as a MIPS liner integrated in here, so double safety factors. Putting these side by side again, very similar. The Smith is lower profile, less aggressive venting. The NFC is one of the first road cycling helmets with the NFC chip though. So it's definitely distinctive. And then again, color schemes with the POC, they're more subtle, more Euro design, and a lot more unique variations out there. Now let's get the helmet on the road. This shares the same ventilation and aerodynamic design of the Ventral Air SPIN. So it's a great helmet for summer riding. And as you can see, it has very aggressive vents that extend from the front to the back. It's only offered in this black and white color, but it still looks quite sleek. As you can see, it is still a little bit bulkier than other helmets on the market due to the thicker foam, but the more aerodynamic design looks pretty good. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Ventral Air SPIN NFC helmet. What we like about the helmet is that it's highly ventilated. This is a great helmet for those summer days and long, slow climbs. It also has a really comfortable and easy to adjust fit system with their spin pads integrated into the interior of the helmet. And with the NFC technology, you don't need any batteries or internet connection compared to crash sensors or QR readers. Some of the cons for the helmet is the premium price. As with a lot of other POC items, you're paying a premium for the design and finish. It's also only available in black and white for the NFC version, which provides less customization compared to the other helmets in their lineup. And finally, the data privacy issues with NFC chip. Anybody can read to it, anybody can write to it. Even though you have to be in close proximity, that does mean someone could clear it or take your information without you knowing. Taking everything into account, we'd give the Ventral Air SPIN NFC an 8.9 out of 10. It's a very innovative safety helmet, and it's great to see new technologies like this integrated into them. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.